Hello YouTube, Wes here checking in with my CD finds for the month of January 2024. Hope you're all doing well, enjoying yourself, finding some great music, and we're going to go ahead and get into what I found in January, both the new releases and thrift stores and all that kind of fun stuff that we always talk about. So since this is the Let's Get Digital show, I do occasionally show DVDs and Blu-rays, and I did find one DVD at Dollar Tree that I wanted to talk about. This is Spectacle with Elvis Costello, a TV series that I was not familiar with. Not sure what station this was on, but it's an interview program. But then Elvis Costello will actually perform with the artists he's interviewing. Really cool. I have not had the chance to check this out, but it sounds like a really interesting concept. So it's got Elvis Costello with Elton John, Bill Clinton, Tony Bennett, Lou Reed, The Police, Smokey Robinson, Rufus Wainwright, Jacob Dylan, Jenny Lewis, She and Him. Great artist. And yeah, it was really cool to find this at the Dollar Tree. Occasionally you find some really good stuff. Oh yeah, it's still sealed up. I need to dive into that pretty soon. So that was a cool find for the month. All right, and then these next 5 are from the Salvation Army. I hardly ever go to the Salvation Army in my town. The turnover is extremely slow there, and the prices are kind of high on things. So don't go there very often, but every couple months I'll pop in there. And this month I happened to find a few things. The first one, I found 3 releases from this. They're labeled as J-Rock. It's like a girl rock band from Japan called LMC. And this first one is called Super Glitter Cloud Box. So they have these really colorful kind of style album releases. Have not dove into any of these yet, but I thought, I'll give these a shot and see what they're all about. And then the second one I got by LMC, Wonderful Wonderholic. And then the last one we got here, Gimmickle Impact. So yeah, kind of an instant LMC collection. Don't know if I'll like them, but it seemed like something that was more obscure, hard to find kind of stuff. So I figured probably could sell it if I needed to. This next one was a really cool find. This is the soundtrack to the movie Doc Hollywood, Michael J. Fox film that was filmed in my parents' neighborhood, literally. A couple lots down from theirs was one of the houses. The exterior was the girl's house, the love interest's house, and the interior was actually the doctor's house. So that house served 2 purposes in the movie. It's actually the same house. Kind of an interesting story there. But I watched a lot of the filming of this while it was being filmed in the early 90s, and definitely has a special place in my heart. And it was cool to find the soundtrack to the movie. Glad to pick that up. And then the last one I picked up from Salvation Army there was Elton John's Self-Titled. I believe this has some bonus tracks on it. Yes, it's got a few bonus tracks on it. Nice remastered edition of Elton John's Self-Titled album. So those are my Salvation Army pickups. Let's see, what do we got next here? Next up, we got some pop. I picked this up on Amazon Warehouse Deals. A really good price on this. I really dug this artist. Mo, I believe is how you pronounce it. Forever Neverland is the title. Yeah, really cool female pop artist. Really dug this one quite a bit, so I was glad to pick that one up. All right, next up we got a couple of pickups from the local Second and Charles store here in town. This first one was a really cool find. This one is quite collectible. It's from Low, I Could Live in Hope. 1994, so an earlier album from Low. Yeah, really cool to find this one. As I said, that one's pretty collectible, pretty pricey. I only had to pay $6 for that one. It's a very good deal. And then we have the Trilogy album by The Weeknd. And I remember a lot of people getting into this when this came out, but this was kind of before I really got into The Weeknd, so I kind of just let it pass me by. Never listened to it. This is another one that goes for a bit on Discogs, and I was able to pick it up for $5.75, 3 CD set of The Weeknd's Trilogy. Really cool. Glad to have found that one. All right, next up, got another one of these Many Faces of releases. This one is the Many Faces of Queen. I've talked about the Pink Floyd one. I recently listened to the Metallica one. The Metallica one was less, I liked it a lot less than the Pink Floyd one, but I'm still hopeful. I'm still picking these up. This one, hopeful this one will be better than the Metallica one was, but this is the Many Faces of Queen. So you get, some artists that inspired the band, some artists that maybe a lot of cover songs, artists just covering Queen songs, and then maybe some other more obscure sort of live stuff that they have here. There's also a symphonic version of Night at the Opera on here, so just some fun stuff, and they're inexpensive, fun little collections. I picked that one up. Let's go ahead and do these next. I normally talk about new releases at the beginning of the show, but doing a little bit different this time, just going in however order they sort of come to me. So 2 new releases for January that I picked up. This first one here is the latest one, or the last one, by Jimmy Buffett. This one's titled Equal Strain on All Parts. And normally I am not a Jimmy Buffett fan. I'm kind of to the point where I'm tired of hearing Jimmy Buffett. Maybe it's just living in Florida. You go to a restaurant and they're playing Jimmy Buffett all the time. It's like, okay, enough already. But I heard a track from this I believe it was on All Songs Considered, and I really, really liked it. I'm like, yes, this is great. Maybe it's just because it's not the Jimmy Buffett that they play all the time, but I just got the feeling that he knew this was his final album, and he just made music with more of a passion, and I really dug this. So I picked up the album. I have not sat down to actually listen to this, but it seems like one hell of a swan song kind of album, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. So picked up the latest or the last one from Jimmy Buffett, and also picked this one up. I think this one came out last year also. But it was a new pickup for me. The latest one from Blink-182, One More Time. As I've said in my vinyl videos, I'm getting a little bit more into punk music, and I wanted to pick up the new one from Blink-182. I have streamed a bit of this and enjoyed it so far. Okay, let's see. What is this next stack here? Okay, these are from the Humane Society thrift store. They're 50 cents a piece. No sales going on, just normal 50 cents a piece. Next up, we got a compilation from Music. This was something they would send to like record stores and stuff where they could play in-store, kind of a sampler kind of thing. Number 110D. Let's see what the artists are on here. Better Than Ezra, Mike Oldfield, Ricky Lee Jones, Moby, David Sanborn, Bodines, Waltons, Jane Seabury, Lisa Gerrard is on here. Just cool sort of 90s piece of history, a little bit more rare kind of thing. Next up, we have the Benjamin Gate, Untitled. I believe this is electronica. Don't remember exactly. Another kind of blind buy kind of thing. Next up, we got one here from Nightwish, Made in Hong Kong and Other Places, CD and DVD combo. And we got Abra Moore with Strange Places. We got Blue Mountain with Tales of a Traveler on Rounder Records. Some Linda Ronstadt, A Merry Little Christmas. Unfortunately, the booklet was damaged, but I wanted to have this because I hadn't seen it before, and I do like Linda Ronstadt quite a bit. A dual disc version of Gretchen Wilson's All Jacked Up, Country Artist. I got one here from The Human Project with Origins. We got Planet Soul with Energy and Harmony. This one has the track Set You Free on it, which was just huge in the mid-90s. Listened to that one a lot at the time when it came out. And Joe Satriani, Self-Titled. All right, and then we just have a single pickup from an antique mall nearby, Smiley's Antique Mall. I believe this is just self-titled album by Mandy Moore. All right, then we got a stack from Goodwill, 10 for $2 there, so 20 cents a piece. We got Rush with Presto. Rush, Roll the Bones. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, She's the One soundtrack. Gary Newman, Tubeway Army Premier Hits, a European compilation of hit stuff from Gary Newman. That was pretty cool. This was a really killer find as well. The Police Live, 2 CD set, I believe. Yeah, 2 CD set. Yeah, very, very, very cool, very rare. Glad to have found that one. A copy of U2's Boy. Copy of U2's October. Rush Counterparts. And U2's Wide Awake in America. So pretty good stack of stuff there from the Goodwill one day. Don't often find that quality of stuff at Goodwill, but occasionally you hit some good stuff. These next ones are from Broken Records in Ocala. One of the newer record stores in Ocala. Really been digging going there from time to time. This first one is a dual disc of the Donnas, and the album title is Gold Medal, and it comes in this nice sort of flocked kind of cover. Really, really neat. Has a nice texture to it. And it also happens to be a dual disc release, which is really cool. So I was glad to have found that. The CDs, all the CDs there in that store, Broken Records, are $5 a piece. A little bit more than it's worth, but by the time you pay shipping online, it would cost you more. Got a copy of Ani DeFranco's Evolve. Nice, again, nice die cut kind of packaging. Really interesting packaging. I like that. Do like Ani DeFranco. The last one I picked up there, The Clash with Super Black Market Clash. So those are some finds from Broken Records. Got a single one here from the Hospice store. Tracy Chapman, Matters of the Heart, more obscure Tracy Chapman release that I did not have. Have not listened to that one before, so I thought that was a good find. And then a single here from Goodwill. This is Creedence Clearwater Revival, the concert. 50 cents for that. And then a small stack here from the Webster, Florida flea market. We got a copy of Daft Punk's Homework. Live CD, Bee Gees, One Night Only. Def Jam Recordings, Let the People Speak. Compilation of Def Jam hip-hop kind of stuff. And then we have The Cult, The Singles. Nice compilation of The Cult. This next one is from Dollar Tree. Occasionally you'll see a random amount of random stack of CDs in Dollar Tree. They don't get a lot in, but occasionally they do. This is Raya Yarborough. I believe it's self-titled on the Telarc label. Don't know anything about it, but $1.25. Go ahead and give it a shot. Looks like it could be jazz. All right, and then all the rest I have to share, which is quite a bit, all came from one day at Goodwill. They just happened to get in some new stuff, and it was a pretty large haul, so probably 20 or more CDs here. First one we got here is Bare Naked Ladies. Bare Naked Ladies are men. Been getting into the Bare Naked Ladies lately. Then I got a 4 CD set of the Byrds. This is missing its slipcase, I think, is what they came in, but it's a 4 CD set. So we have the Byrds, Final Approach, the Byrds, Full Throttle, and each of these have like 20 plus tracks on them. The Byrds, we have Ignition, and the Byrds, Cruising Altitude. So nice little box set from the Byrds, missing the box, but the music's there, and for 20 cents a piece, I'm not going to turn that down. And we also have a copy of the Bare Naked Ladies, Maroon. The Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. This has the mono and the stereo version on one CD, and it also has a DVD with DVD audio on it. So high-res version of it, and also some video tracks with some documentary kind of stuff on it. So yeah, I do have the CD version of this, but I didn't have the one with the DVD in it. So this is an upgrade for me. Really good. Really glad to find that. That's a pretty cool piece. This is Culture with 2/7's Clash, some reggae. We got Richie Havens sings Beatles and Dylan. Do like some Richie Havens. Bob Dylan's Nashville Skyline. This is one of those original CDs with the smooth top of the case there. Very cool. some 90s pop stuff. O-Town, self-titled, I believe. Yep. Jupiter Coyote with Lucky Day. This is listed as rock, funk, soul, and folk. So probably some interesting music. Dirty Dozen Brass Band live in Montreux. I believe this is some New Orleans style jazz kind of stuff. Check that one out. Copy of Cat Stevens is The Teaser and the Fire Cat. Have it on vinyl, but do not have it on CD. Copy of The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. I'm not going to pass that one up. Compilation from Amnesty International to Save Darfur. Instant Karma to Save Darfur. We got Keith Jarrett with The Melody at Night with You. Nice jazz there. Okay, so I don't like the Eagles, but this is a Japanese CD of Hotel California. I had to grab it. It's somewhat valuable. It's over $10 anyway. And yeah, I had to grab it. I might end up selling this, but I wasn't going to leave it behind there at Goodwill. Amy Mann, I'm with Stupid. Compilation here of Jimi Hendrix, The Essential Jimi Hendrix, Volume 1 and 2. So one of these thick, chunky CD cases, 2 CD set, Jimi Hendrix greatest hits kind of stuff. Not that I don't already have all that music already, but I just couldn't leave it behind. It's at a thrift store. It's Jimi Hendrix. I couldn't leave it behind. Here we go. We have Jefferson Airplane, the Woodstock Experience. So this has their full performance from Woodstock. It's got like a poster in here. Really nice collection of stuff. Bare Naked Ladies live in Michigan, Talk to the Hand. Bare Naked Ladies Rock Spectacle, one of their more popular ones. A nice copy of John Coltrane's Love Supreme. One of my favorite jazz albums of all time. I got Corner Shop, When I Was Born, for the 7th time. Total mystery buy there. Electronic down tempo is the description of that. Bob Marley and the Wailers Uprising. Really cool to find a Bob Marley and the Wailers that isn't legend. Got a nice copy, 2 CD set of Fleetwood Mac's Tusk. Yeah, nice. It's got a slipcase on it. So, yeah, really cool deluxe edition of that. I think it's got some bonus tracks too. Yeah, really cool to find that one. Bob Dylan live at the Gaslight, 1962. Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks. We got Catherine Wheel with Catherine Wheel with Like Cats and Dogs. And lastly, we have a group called Naked, self-titled album Naked. This is listed as art rock, complete blind buy. Just the cover caught my eye, and I thought, yeah, we'll give it a try. So that does it for my CD pickups for the month of January. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments you have down in the comment section down below. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, great night. Remember, there is no bad music, only music you don't like. And we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.